day, my name is Angelo. This is Nation's Voice Tower, your most preferred YouTube channel. How have we been? As for we over here, we've been doing perfectly okay, alright? So, I will delve straight to the matter of the day. Okay, yes, I was, some time ago, I was telling a brief story about the indictment, subsequent forfeiture of $460,000 of Bola Ahmed Tinibu. And then I brought details about his alleged involvement with narcotics, drug trafficking, and money laundering and credit card fraud, right? As well as I exposed his deportation over time, all right, sometime in the early 90s, okay? Now, you know, the FBI, actually the Federal Bureau for Investigation in the US, promised to, you know, release files that have to do with the alleged criminal records of Bola Ahmed Tinubu starting from this October, okay, sometime in October. Yes, we are anticipating that, and the FBI also said officially that they will begin with 500 pages, okay, you remember? All right. But all in all, the pages that have Bola Ahmed Tinubu's criminal records from the USA are 70,000 documents, I told you, right? Yes, and sometime the FBI said they will start with 500, 2,500, and then, you know. All right, all said and done. Now, I stumbled over a document yesterday, a file, a very, very secret file that was released by the FBI already, okay? Just because this one was, or a part of it was already known to the public space, the FBI decided to release the full version of this. So in case you've ever heard, in my updates that I told you about Bola Tinubu's acquisition of 10 bank accounts and above in different banks, and then I told you his involvement with drug trafficking and all that. That is true, and I'm here to confirm it and even more. So pay attention, please, with keen interest, because if you want to listen to this, you have to really, really pick a seat and sit back. According to the document, let me start as it is. It says the USA versus account 263226700 at all. That is, and so on and so forth. Federal civil lawsuit, Illinois Northern District Court, case number 193 CV04483. District Judge John A. Nordberg, presiding judge. Now, this is the heading of the document. That means it's official. So pay attention. As you can see on your screen, please pay attention, all right? Now, it says it has a case summary of the USA versus account 263226700, all right? So, Nigerian President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu was named as the owner of several bank accounts that were used to launder money for a heroin distribution network in Chicago, Illinois, in the early 1990s. The members of the heroin ring were criminally charged in a separate case, Northern District of Illinois, case number 292CR00113/RL, for unknown reasons. Tinubu was not. Instead, the U.S. government seized the contents of the bank accounts based on several different seizure warrants across 3 different dockets, of which this is one. The other 2 from 1992 are in the Southern District of New York and the separate docket in the Northern District of Illinois, both with unknown case numbers, since the documents predate the federal court's PACER system by so many years. In total, about $1.95 million US dollars was seized from Tinubu's global bank accounts pursuant to these seizure warrants. Of that $1.95 million, about $1.5 million US dollars was returned to him, while $460,000 was seized and then destroyed. While working for Mobil Oil Company in Nigeria, Tinubu used a variety of shell companies to move the money around, including Compass Finance and investment companies incorporated in Washington, D.C., as well as a separate Compass Compass entity incorporated in Nigeria. Though he was not charged, Tinubu committed at least 6 federal crimes according to the IRS Special Agent's affidavit in this case. Number 1, money laundering, with of course under the U.S. Constitution number 18 of 1956. Number 2, using funds from unlawful activity, contrary to Section 18 of the U.S. Constitution of 1957. Number 3, bank fraud, contrary to Section 18 of the U.S. Constitution 1344. Number 4, failure to file tax returns, contrary to Section 26 of the U.S. Constitution 7203. Number 5, lying to federal agents, contrary to Section 18 of the United States Constitution 1001. And number 6, conspiracy, contrary to Section 18 of the U.S. Constitution 371. And then Tinubu was elected to be the next president of Nigeria in February 2023. Now, as you can see on your screen too, there are details of these bank accounts that were released by the FBI, all right? And I will carefully, run through it before we really go deep into our affairs, okay? First of all, you could see funds in account number 004000220 held by Citibank N.A. in the name of Bola Tinubu or Compass Finance and Investment Companies. That is the defendant, all right? Funds in account number 263226700 held by First Heritage Bank in the name of Bola Tinubu, the defendant. Funds in account number 39483134 held by Citibank in the name of Bola Ahmed Tinubu or Compass Finance and Investment Co. Limited, defendant. Funds in account number 39483396 held by Citibank in the name of Bola Tinubu or Compass Finance and Investment Co. Limited, defendant. Funds in the account number 39936383 held by Citibank in the name of Bola Tinubu or Compass Finance and Investment Company Limited, defendant. Funds in account number 399364004 held by Citibank in the name of Bola Tinubu or Compass Finance and Investment Co. Limited, defendant. Funds in account number 52050/89451952 held by Citibank International in the name of Bola Tinubu, the defendant. Funds in account number 5205089451953 held by Citibank International in the name of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the defendant, all right, as well as other, documents below. Now, the truth is, okay, the minute of order was issued and the judge, Judge John A. Notberg, counsel for the plaintiff had appeared, entered the decree of forfeiture as to funds held by First Heritage Bank, and it is ordered that the funds in the amount of $460,000 in account number 263226700 held by First Heritage Bank in the name of Bola Tinubu are forfeited to the United States pursuant to Section 21 of the U.S. Constitution, subsection 881, and under number 1, Section 6, and then Section 18 of the U.S. Constitution, number 981. It is ordered that First Heritage Bank shall issue a check in the amount of $460,000 payable to Federal Reserve Bank of Chicago, terminating case mailed notice, FCE. All right, these were the details of Bola Ahmed Tinubu's case and alleged forfeiture of millions of US dollars. All right, these are not lies anymore. These are the original documents from the FBI records. Okay, so that means we are not blabbing. We are not blabbing at all. I told you we'll confirm my updates gradually, so you know how important these updates will bring to you are. So please, if you're just watching for the first time, don't forget to help us make this go viral, because if this goes viral, then we will indeed put hands together to fight for a new Nigeria. All right, I wouldn't say much on that because I have established lots of explanations and lots of analysis on his narcotic case over time. All right, Now, secondly, Honorable Obi Agocha, and who is also a member representing Ikuano, Umuahia North and Umuahia South Federal Constituency of Abia State, has placed a massive call to the federal government for the release of Nnamdi Kanu, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, in compliance with the extant judicial pronouncements as a media of peace restoration in the southeast. This is true. I don't want to say much on this. Please pay attention and listen to Honorable Obi Agocha while he made the plea to the federal government.
My dear compatriots, it behoves our nation and government to recommit itself to the principles of equity, justice, and fairness as the cornerstone to a prosperous and united Nigeria, one which offers genuine and practical hope to our teeming citizens, most especially the youth, who are ever increasingly feeling disenchanted and agitated, and often are left behind lives of hopelessness, insufficient opportunities, and despair. Undoubtedly, they are the future that starts now. I honestly pray that together we shall strive for a society where every Nigerian enjoys equal opportunity and rights, irrespective of tribe, political, or religious orientation, through adherence to the rule of law and respect for judgment of courts of competent jurisdiction. Respectfully, I make particular reference to our continued plea and demand for the unconditional release of my constituent, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, from unlawful detention in compliance with the extant judicial pronouncements. Clearly, his release will help in reducing crime and criminality, banditry and assassinations, and kidnapping prevalent in the Southeast, thereby fostering a revitalization of the dwindling economy of the region and a peaceful return to normalcy. As the Holy Bible admonishes us in Romans 14:19, let us therefore make every effort to do what leads to peace and mutual edification.
All right, you know, over time we've been speaking about Nnamdi Kanu and his subsequent release that might actually be a final stop to the wanton killings and incessant kidnappings in the southeast. All right, and this is no longer news because his own constituency lawmaker, Honorable Obi Agocha, has come out to place a massive call to the federal government. Now, this will actually go a long way in bringing peace between the federal government and Nnamdi Kanu himself. It will not just stop at that point. It's going to really go far to bring back peace and tranquility in the southeast, especially stopping wanton killings and incessant activities of kidnaps and banditry. All right. Thank you so much for paying attention to that particular update. Finally, I have Aisha Yusufu, a member of the OB Presidential Campaign Council. She has reacted to the recent activities surrounding the allegations of forgery, identity theft, and perjury involving Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and she has expressed how Nigerians are being treated and segregated in other countries. Okay, this is sad, all because we have a head or we have somebody who is a forger occupying the most important seat in the land. Okay, please pay attention for Aisha Yusufu while she explained every occurrences surrounding this issue of forgery and how she feels Nigerians are treated outside the shores of Nigeria because she is also in diaspora. Please stay tuned.
As a Nigerian, I mean, this is one of those lowest moments of actually being a Nigerian. With all the shenanigans that have been going on, with all this forgery allegations, identity theft allegations, all sorts of allegations against someone who actually rigged his way into being declared the president of Nigeria. And so there's so much allegation of crime against this one person who is on a mission to just drag Nigeria and Nigerians through the mud. You heard the statement where the representative of the Chicago State University would say that Nigerians, it is a Nigerian way to forge documents. I mean, calling a whole nation such name, giving Nigerians such a blanket statement, it's become imperative for someone to just dissociate oneself with all of that thing. First of all, there's as a black person, when you're traveling around the world, as a Nigerian carrying the Nigerian passport, there's so much profiling that Nigerians come across, and then this whole thing right now, it's just unbelievable. And I came across a tweet from someone called the Office of the Nigerian Citizen. That's the handle. It's called at KCMNK, and he did a disclaimer. And I think, honestly, this disclaimer is really imperative, just to put it out there that, look, all these shenanigans, this person who is parading himself as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, he is not one that is recognized by some Nigerians, actually. This is someone who has rigged his ways to office. This is someone that has been accused of so many things, of forgery, even the certificate that he had put out. The school that gave this certificate is saying that it's not theirs, it's forged. It's unbelievable. But anyway, this is what he says. He says, "This is an official disclaimer of my association with some globally well-known figures. 1. I am Kelechi C. Emenike, a Nigerian by birth. 2. I fully support good governance, and I have been supporting transparency and good governance since I came to know how to make decisions, and this includes the last few years. 3. I campaign vehemently and relentlessly against a criminal and certificate forger, and most likely an identity thief, Bola Ahmed Tinibu, that somehow has criminally forced himself to be declared as president of Nigeria. 4. I am in no way associated either closely or by any margin to criminals or to the criminal parading himself as president. 5. The character of this criminal is in no way a reflection of my person or character. Nigerians are largely good people and did not support this criminal. I am signing this document with my own hand and appending my initials as proof of its credibility on this day, October 3rd, 2023. My friends, associates, and colleagues at home and in diaspora, including Nigeria, Ghana, UK, US, Canada, Tanzania, South Africa, Americas, Europe, and China. Please take note. And he signed it KCE. I mean, it's really sad. It's not even as if somebody is trying to joke or something, because this is really serious. We go through so much already as Nigerians, being looked upon in a certain way, being treated in a certain way, and then we have all of this, and someone who has rigged himself into office, who is being accused of so many crimes, forgery amongst them, and all of that, forgery under oath, and submitting documents that are wrong, are not the documents under oath. It's really low, honestly. I mean, we need to do better. This shouldn't be allowed to go on. The Nigerian judiciary really needs to wake up to its responsibilities.
Okay, all said and done. You've watched Aisha Yusufu, member of the Obi Presidential Campaign Council. All right. So I wouldn't love to say much on that. Okay, we've established lots of analysis on the certificate forgery already. All right. But don't get it twisted. I have new revelations, a very new development in this certificate forgery identity theft issue. Please stay tuned for my next update, because that particular expose will so alarm you, and it will shock you to your spines. All right, please don't touch that dial. Always stay tuned to Nation Voice Tower, because that is that platform that keeps you updated on the unprecedented polity in Nigeria and in diaspora. Thank you so much. Before I say I'm going, or before I say bye, of course, as usual, I'm going to urge you to please like our videos, share them. Don't forget to drop a comment for us in the comment section. And then if you're watching me for the first time, please tap the subscribe button as well as the notification bell, so that you get to see me firsthand when I drop an information or when I drop a new update. See you next time. Bye.